Hi, welcome to Similar But Different, the podcast. Let's do that again. Okay. But I'm getting all the benefits.
Without having to pay.
Right.
Yeah, they screwed me. And then I found a bunch of friends that I was different from.
I think I'd like the gram more if I got hit up in my DMs.
Okay, this should probably end. Welcome to Similar But Different. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Rach.
How is it going?
You know, it's been an evening, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah, we've been dealing with some audio issues that everyone's aware of that listens because we clip out. We learned new stuff.
We learned that that's what it's called.
Yeah, clipping. Who knew? This is what happens when two people just get together to have fun and don't consider the audio sounds or the fact that they know nothing about how to work
Yeah.
the boards.
I did I did think it was really funny. So we tried FaceTiming with my sister because she is a sound engineer and just did give her the impossible task of trying to troubleshoot with us. And she did teach us a lot of stuff. So like seriously huge thanks to her.
Yes, seriously.
We at least know what the issue is, where the issue is coming from, but have yet to solve the issue. So maybe she'll come visit us here in Richmond. And
yeah, she's gonna have to come sooner rather than later because like I was looking at this board thinking, why is that like volume needs to be jumping? I'm not seeing it jumping, but it's still recording. So here we are. If it doesn't work out, it is Molly's fault.
Yeah, blame Molly. And I don't think she listens that often. So
in reality,
blame to her.
Thank you, Molly, again for helping.
Yeah. Oh, what I did want to say is I thought it was hilarious. So I sent Molly like some clips of us of us cutting out, which is she was like, I think this is your issue. And then after we got off the phone with her, she was like, so are you guys recording an episode tonight? And I said, oh yeah. And she gave a face of disapproval. She's like, I do not want my name on this. Like, based on that issue you're having, you should not be putting this out
this
into
is
the
not
world.
the quality that should be going public.
And I'm like, I don't know if she wants to say the place that she works for, so I won't. But like, she works for like a high caliber, like government associated.
She's a boss.
And she's like, we don't accept that here.
This quality is unacceptable.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. It's okay. She's gonna help. And our ratings are gonna go through the roof once we have audio that doesn't clip.
When they can hear us laugh or tank.
Tank.
People don't like our laughter.
It's only one or the other, right?
I did ask her once. So like, because she is like a sound engineer at this prestigious place, I was like, oh, so do you like sit in and are like involved in these like intense like secret meetings? And she's like, yeah, there's stuff I can't share with you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she knows the nuclear codes.
She's like, if she ever did watch this, she'd be like, Rachel, what?
Right. She's just like, no, it's not that serious.
But that's where our brain goes. When you say that's top secret stuff, confidential, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's where my brain goes to.
She has told me because sometimes, I don't know if she still does this because she's like moved up and is important, or maybe she still does and does more of it. But she's like, oh yeah, I have to be up at like 3 a.m. and because in India there was this meeting. And I'm like, ugh.
Damn. Yeah, that's
no thank you.
Well, but thank you, Molly.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
As long as we can, I don't know. This is what happens when you rely on Jen to do something.
No, you're very competent. When you and her were talking, I was like, I kind of just like zoned out. Kind of like when someone tries to explain complicated board game rules to me.
Oh.
Or
everyone does that.
Any game. Like I really do enjoy games.
Yeah. Fun games.
But like learning a new game, if someone can't just like quickly say it to me and we have to like go through the instruction manual, I just like clock out. It's very hard for me. I'm like, I need to just like start playing and you tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'm the other person that's trying to read the instructions of the game to the people of you that are like, all right, let's just play.
Yeah, well that's if you are like, I'm going to take on this responsibility and figure it out. But when there's like, oh, okay, so like my husband plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh god.
And I have no interest because there's so many like it's like too imagination-y for me. Like it sounds like fun if you're into that because you like create this character
Totally.
and your character has all these skills and you roll this die to see if the like you're like, oh, I've decided I want to stab this person and I'm gonna roll a dice to see how successful that will be. But then there's all these. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. I cannot.
I'm with you on that.
And because it's kind of just like, I don't know, you just kind of play and see what happens. No, I want to
Not
know
that.
the rules.
Yeah.
I'm all about like strategy and secrecy
There's
and
an
hide your
end goal here
cards.
that I'm fighting for.
Well, and I do think there is because it's part of like a story. The like dungeon master has this whole thing and they go on this quest.
If you can't explain the instructions of the game in less than 2 minutes, it's just too much for me.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe they could. I don't know. I
Like
just
all the
don't.
rules and all the
It's
instructions.
too.
That
Yeah,
game
I
is
just like to
intense.
know what I need to be doing when it's my turn, and I don't feel confident in being able to do that.
I get that.
So,
That was
yeah.
a left turn that we took there.
Yeah. Well, what's
But I like
new
it.
in your life?
Nothing. Still.
There's nothing ever new, and I
Although
think you actually
forget
struggle with appreciating
Sharing?
the minutia of life.
What do you mean?
Like for example, I after many years of I don't want that to months of maybe I want that 2 weeks of I've decided I want it. I bought myself an Apple Watch.
I did
That is
not
a
even
minutia of
notice.
life.
Oh my gosh, look at you go.
Yeah, and Target was having a sale. I got it for $100 off. It was like and I also have a Target red card, so then I got an additional 5% off that.
Look at you go. How do you
Yeah.
feel? Do you feel like a whole new woman?
When I first put it on, I felt like a loser. Or
Why?
like not a loser, but just like, oh no, I've joined the like everyone with their digital watches and stuff. I didn't get the one with cellular because I was like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
But I do like how it tracks my activity. Um, the last 2 days I've gotten up at 6:30 and gone to the gym.
Look at you go.
So that's a minutia of life.
Yeah. Well, now that you say that, I guess I just don't think it's things people or anyone cares to listen to, but I've been playing a lot more golf recently.
That is exciting,
And
especially with your knee stuff.
yes, and I love it. I played golf this past weekend and it's so much fun. No matter who you go play with, it's just a blast. And so I am
So when are you
playing
going
it
to take me?
as often as possible. I mean, since I'm going to the river this weekend to play more golf, well, and to see my parents, of course, we will have to go.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Okay.
And then I also I should have called back because I totally forgot this, but a callback from a previous episode is I bought a bidet. I did it. I was like, just get it.
Did you get like one off Amazon or did you get the tush?
I got the one off Amazon that was
Yeah.
like $20.
Yeah.
And it's probably not as good quality. And I thought it was the one that my parents had, but it's not the same functions because I have to hit like an off button on and then off.
Oh.
Which is it's fine.
Mine is a dial to get like intensity.
They have a side dial
Okay, nice.
to get it shooting right. And then
Wait, so if you forget to turn it off and you stand up, it's just gonna be like I don't think that would happen.
yeah. Yeah, but it would if you're like, yeah, I have to turn this off and
I
you
mean, I
don't.
guess that would be the same for me because my dial turns it on. So
Oh, okay.
it doesn't like sense my ass on the seat and turns on and off.
Dude, that thing is awesome. I'm like, I don't even know if this is good for you to just wash your private parts
Getting
this
too
often.
clean.
Yeah.
Wait, so you've already even installed it?
Installed it the second it came.
Okay, so this is actually big news, and you're like, nothing happens. And I talked about my bidet for like 25 minutes on 2 episodes.
Well, I'm bad at recalling things, but then you like spark my memory of like, oh yeah, this happened. This happened. Bidet it's so far it's great. We only have it in one toilet. Nathan needs to try it out and see if he wants it in his bathroom.
Yeah.
But
So he hasn't tried it yet.
I don't think he's tried it yet.
And you're all in.
I'm
You're
all
like,
in.
heck yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we got it. It's fun. It made me laugh because I think someone commented on our episode of like using it for
pleasure.
And I was like, oh my God, I didn't think of that. And now I'm like, it's going to be on my mind the next time I use the bidet.
Yeah.
Of like, if I shot this thing
Right,
hard
get the right
enough,
angle.
That's hilarious. I thought that was a great comment, so thank you for that. But yeah, bought a bidet, and that's my life. I'm golfing and bideting,
Okay.
so that's good. And
Yeah.
then everything else. But you did tell me so I know we talked about this on our polo with the girls, but you went to the closet factory or something,
Oh,
and
yes.
got organized
Another
closet.
big update. I went to, oh my gosh, the Container
Container store.
Store.
I'm with Kai. I would have been overwhelmed in a store like that.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be like much bigger and like a lot more options than there were. So it was actually pretty tame experience.
It's impressive that you didn't measure and you just went and bought stuff and everything happened to work out.
Yeah. So the exciting background is my closet's a mess. And I just
Whose is it?
wanted some better organization. And I was like, oh, okay. Short Pump has a Container Store, so we'll make the trek out there. We made it a whole thing, went to Costco and
God, love
got
Costco.
lunch.
Got a hot dog and a slice of pizza.
Yeah. Oh no, we actually didn't get any food because we went to lunch beforehand. I know. It was kind of a dumb choice now that I think about it. But we also went to the gym in that area, and so I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm in like a healthy mindset. So
Yeah,
then
what
I
a
wanted to get a
day.
salad.
Okay.
Yeah, but went to the Container Store, and my plan was just to be like, oh, we'll see like what I'm vibing with, maybe not get it from the Container Store if it's too expensive. I just wanted to see the options. In this process, I learned I hate online shopping.
What?
I don't like shopping for clothes online. Like, unless I know exactly what I want and to buy it online and ship it, convenience, great.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't exactly know what I want, like shopping on a website, I hate because you have to go to all these tabs. Like, I want to be able to just like see everything in front of me.
All right. I mean, I'm with you. I prefer shopping online, but it's because I just don't. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why. Because I do understand what you're saying. Going into a store, seeing your options is great, and you can see it all there. This is what I'm gonna get. But like online shopping, I spend like weeks with the thing in my cart before I actually bite the bullet and buy it,
Yeah, it's
or
just
don't
not
buy
for
it.
me. Like, I even think shopping for clothes online is not fun, which I guess is beneficial to my wallet. Like I like to like visually see the options, try stuff on. The idea of just buying a bunch of stuff and then having to return it is annoying to me, especially if I'm buying like Container Store goods.
Yeah, I
So to
get
like
that.
order a bunch of like bins and boxes and then have to deal with returning all that stuff if it doesn't work out, that's annoying.
I mean, we wanted to store our shoes better, so I just bought something on Amazon to give it a shot, and it worked out. But like, if it didn't, I would just return it.
Yeah, but I also feel like that's just like, oh, we need a thing to store our shoes.
Yeah.
I was trying to like re-envision my closet scenario without doing some custom
Mm-hmm.
closet organization thing. But yeah, it worked out. We got these like great bins that like stack on top of each other and move around. I don't know. I'm just so pleased. And like even ended up buying like the exact amount
Yeah,
that
everything
worked
you
and the
needed.
exact sizes.
That's actually
It's perfect. Now I like just leaving my closet doors open because it brings me joy just to
look at
see it
that.
all organized.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like I reorganize my closet more often than I should because it's
Yeah.
just I clean it up and then it gets messy like 3 months later, and I'm like, well, we gotta go through this again.
Well, see, that's why I'm glad because I needed these extra bins because I have like a shelf in there that I would end up just like stacking pants on. And I'm like, I need it to be contained.
So totally agree with that. I don't think I have a good way to store jeans or pants. Like I
So you
have,
need my containers?
yeah, I mean, I have a drawer, but it's not big enough for as many pants as I have. And then like you have pants, jeans, leggings, sweatpants.
Hmm.
I just don't understand how all of it's supposed to fit. I live in a city home, so the closet luckily is bigger than most city homes, and we
Yeah.
have a closet. Some city homes don't even have one. But I just don't understand. Like
Yeah.
your
Maybe I'll take a look at your
organization was
closet.
nice.
We can go to
See if you
the
can help me out.
container store
I
together.
think I think if I got rid of a section in the bottom where I have shoe storage, I could put some cool containers for my pants.
Yeah.
pants containers. That's just I don't know why I thought of that, but that is the most. Maybe I just have too many pants. Like maybe the
Maybe.
fact is let's just chill out.
I will say, so as I was making some hard cuts on items, there are like 3 or 4 things that I think you might like, but I don't know if you want to see those. I actually meant to bring them today and I forgot.
100%. I'm all for it.
One
Show
of
me.
them is a bottom. It's shorts though.
Yeah.
So,
Black.
yeah. Actually, I have 2 black pairs. Yeah.
She knows me so well.
And then 2 sweater options that I think you might like, but there's some color involved in them. And they're like earthy tones.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So they're not bright.
I can do earthy.
And it's not as busy as this.
It's beautiful on you though. I love that.
Thank you. I actually really like it too. I feel like I just dropped in from the 70s and I'm into it.
Yeah. I feel like my grandma knit me a hat that looks similar to that.
I mean, honestly, it is. It's like grandma's story.
Yeah, right.
100%.
I love it, though.
Or like a big handkerchief, or like I don't need to give more examples. People can see it for what it is,
or just envision it from listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So pleased with my containers. Pleased with my Apple Watch. You're pleased with your bidet. Pleased with paying to go use the golf course.
Yeah.
I would like to get. Well, I was just trying to think of like purchases in our lives.
Yeah, that's what
I'm kind of like, oh, maybe the theme of this is like new purchases.
Golf is so expensive.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, do I want to get into this? But it is a long outdoor activity, which I like that. It doesn't involve eating or drinking, which I do love both of those things, but it's nice to have an activity that doesn't revolve around that.
I mean, it can.
Yeah, but just like it's not just like,
Yeah.
oh, we're sitting at this restaurant for 2 hours.
Yep.
But I have a feeling I would be very bad at it. And I do feel like I don't define myself or as someone who is athletic, but I also feel like I can hold my own in most sports and pick up on things pretty quickly.
It's athleticism.
But for some reason with golf, I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at golf.
But you're good at everything, Jen.
Yeah.
I wish I replay a clip from
Dude, it pisses me off. I mean, like I'm not bad, but one of the people we played with this past weekend, she was fucking ripping it from the men's tees straight down the fairway. She just was like maybe 10 shots shy of the PGA Tour. I'm being aggressive, and maybe that's more. That's how it looked.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucking great. And of course, the competitor in me was like, fuck you. Not really,
but a little bit.
But partially I was just like, God, why am I not that good?
Yeah.
And she's like, no, I've been playing for 10 years.
Perfect at everything, Jen.
Yeah, totally. I'll get there. I'm gonna play until I get there. But
until you're perfect, right? Sure.
But I feel like golf is one of those sports, and majority of men, I'm sure, that play golf, women too maybe, is like, you suck 60% of the time, but those like 4 hits that you have that are perfect, great contact, like just whatever those few are on an 18-hole golf course. If you play 9 holes, you're only having like a couple. You think you're the best golfer in the world. It's the best feeling, and it's so rare.
Yeah.
Or at least for the people I know that play golf.
Sure.
So I will say you probably will be bad in the beginning, but the more you play, the better you get. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Repetition. And that's the only, well, I think you could probably speed it up if you wanted to do like training, like get lessons.
Let's not go hog wild here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
let's just
if
like
you care
start.
enough.
I've been to a driving range once with Skylar. And that was fun. Though my hands started to blister. And the clubs I don't think were the right also height for me, and obviously because he's much taller.
You just
grip up. I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing.
It's fine.
But yeah, maybe a glove would help. Maybe I was even wearing one. I don't know. Well, it was years ago.
It's fun. It's fun. I do like it.
Okay, well, you can take me sometime.
Yeah, I'm happy to go play anytime. Anytime. Yeah.
Another purchase that I will be making, even though it's going to end up not being a purchase. So I had an optometrist appointment the other day, and I was like, hey, I like 5 times a year want to wear contacts because sometimes I have to dress up for a fancy event. And then I'm like, okay, I don't have a like hot, sexy vibe. That's just like not me. I give off like a cute girl vibe, which I'm okay with.
Okay.
But then sometimes, like, I went to this like black tie wedding a year or so ago, and I was like, Rachel, you're looking good. And then I put on my glasses, and I still look good, but I was like, that's not the energy that I'm going for, and I
Okay.
wish I had contacts. And so I said this to him, and he was like, okay, well, if you're really only gonna wear them like 5 times a year, then let's like get you what you figure out what you need, and then I'll just give you the sample pack.
Yeah. I'm so glad he said that because that's exactly, I feel like, what they would say.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I have a pack here that's for a week
Yeah.
for you to try.
Yeah.
That's, I mean,
So I have to still go in because I've never used contacts before and make sure they can like teach me how to use them and they cover my iris or whatever in the appropriate way. Also, what was interesting is he said I might only need one.
what do you mean? Like, you only need one contact?
Yeah.
So one eye would have a contact?
Yeah.
What do you have right now? Do you have one lens? What do you
Because
mean?
okay, my vision actually isn't that bad. But because of like my headache issue, I like got glasses like, you could use some correction, but it's like one eye that's much worse than the other. And it has like astigmatism and stuff. So he was just like, yeah, you could probably just keep the contact in that eye, and especially if you're not wearing them all the time.
So you have astigmatism?
Apparently.
Okay. So somebody help me because Nathan, terrible eyesight, wears contacts, but I said this is a huge problem because he's like -7 on the, the
I don't know what I am. I know that
oh.
I'm new to eye problems in the
Okay.
last few years. So
Well,
yeah.
well then maybe
I don't know if I can actually help you.
well
But
it bothers me because he says he doesn't like the way his glasses work. And he says it's because of his stigmatism that he just probably can't wear glasses. And I thought some people that had astigmatism, it was so bad they couldn't even wear contacts because I thought astigmatism is the shape of your eye, and sometimes if it's too football-y and less round, a contact isn't as comfortable. So I don't know if maybe
I don't honestly even know what astigmatism is.
yeah.
I actually think I learned at my appointment yesterday that it's called stigmatism. Like the A is a part of it. It's not like you
Astigmatism.
have a stigmatism, you have an astigmatism.
Yeah, I probably would say I don't know. I can't, I mean, it's, yeah, astigmatism. Man, that's weird to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like his glasses are fucked up and he needs to go get new glasses, but he won't do that. He says it's his eye problem, and I'm like, no.
Has he seen an optometrist
Yeah,
recently?
he has his eye doctor he goes to, and I was like, Jesus. And also, he spent the money. Whatever.
Maybe he just doesn't want to wear glasses.
Yeah, I don't want him to wear them other than at night when someone might break in and try to hurt me, and he needs to be able to see. And I say that,
Oh,
but in
understood.
reality, the use case is I have forgotten my ice pack downstairs. He's already taken out his contacts, and he won't go get it because he can't see shit.
Wow. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah. I do think he still went down the other day to get me my ice pack. But
Wow.
I hate that excuse of like, I just took my contacts out.
Right. He's just gonna randomly during the day being like, sorry, I don't have my contacts in, can't help.
Yeah, right? You can't do that. Always on.
This was my first time at this optometrist,
You like it?
and I really did.
Yeah.
And me and the like, so not the one who like does the initial like scans and stuff. I guess the optometrist assistant. I don't know. You know how like when you go to the dentist, there's like the dental hygienist who does a lot of stuff, and then like the dentist comes in and is like, look at that.
Ooh.
Um, but so it was like the dentist version, I guess, like the optometrist. And though I guess they did scans too, because you know it was like, okay, which line can you read? Cover this eye, cover that eye, and then they do the thing that's like, okay, which one is better, 4 or 5? Okay,
Yeah.
5 or 6. And after I did that, I was like, just so you know, that is very stressful for us people doing that because I feel a lot of pressure to be able to clearly tell a difference between which is better. And he said, he was like, no, you actually did a really good job. I'll be honest with you. A lot of people suck at that.
What?
Like, they just really struggle to be able to choose between which, so much so that I don't think some of these people should vote.
No, he did not say that.
We're just joking a
It's a
lot
joke,
about
yeah,
stuff.
that's
but it was
hilarious.
really funny. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, they're so indecisive about which option is better that I'm like, you shouldn't be in charge of making decisions.
Oh, that's actually hilarious. I mean, so until before I got LASIK, I used to do that all the time, and it was just like 1, 2. They're the same. They're the same. They're the same. I feel like half the time they're the same.
Yeah, he says sometimes he's just like, okay, I'll make a decision for you. Like, this is what I think would be better.
Insane.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
And then we were joking because obviously all the stuff about like election interference and things, and like local optometrist interferes with election.
That's the whole concept behind Chipotle is that people can't handle many options. Have I already said this before?
Okay. No, I thought you were gonna say like Chipotle's election interference.
Oh, Jesus. No, their initial premise was just you get 2 options, a burrito or a bowl.
Yeah.
And you get like 2 meat options, steak or chicken. And it's supposed to be like super simplified, and it helps people because they can't handle a menu that has too much on it.
Yeah. Well, that's like with everything. So even, I mean, we're both familiar with the product world and things, and like there's like the psychology around it where people are like, oh no, you should want to be able to see all the options you want. And no, there's like
They don't want that. People don't want that.
proven evidence of like people can handle this many options at once, then it becomes overwhelming and it's like analysis paralysis, and they want you to just narrow it down as much as possible while still feeling like they are in control.
They have a choice.
And have a choice.
Yep.
Um
It's fascinating.
yeah. And just like how our brains consume and accept information, like adding dashes in between phone numbers is to like help with being able to read the phone number and memorize it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
There is something there. I don't know if I fully explained it correctly.
Yeah. Well, so like a prime example was Cheesecake Factory apparently has like a menu of cheesecake that's like massive. How many times have you actually gone in a Cheesecake Factory and gotten something other than like the one cheesecake that you like, or just don't get cheesecake at all?
Well,
it's overwhelming.
That's crazy.
But
Granted,
I always get the exact same one. I've never looked through that fucking menu.
Plain cheesecake?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
I mean, a plain cheesecake does sound good.
Oh no, white chocolate raspberry.
Okay, yeah, you love the white chocolate. I don't. I know it's for your migraines.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, chocolate is a bit too much for me.
Well, I don't like Cheesecake Factory in general because the menu's too big. I don't like that many options.
It's too big of a menu. Yes.
Yeah.
And they need to work on that. They should. Cheesecake Factory tip. Do they still exist?
100%.
Okay, I haven't been to a Cheesecake Factory in, I guess, a long time before COVID. Maybe even years before COVID.
I can't remember the last time. I think I've been to one like 2 or 3 times in my life.
We should go. We should go. Just like we need to dye my hair black.
Oh, right.
We talked about that. I remembered. I brought that one back, and we need to go to Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
So,
I'm down.
which I am getting my hair cut next week.
Oh,
finally. Because
are you doing anything fun?
No, I'm just getting it shorter. It's way too long.
Yeah, it is long, and your hair does look cute.
I've given up
Not
trying
that it
to do
doesn't look
anything
cute
different.
now, but
yeah, I'm over it. Since
it still has a little bit of a wave in it. It looks like
that's because when I shower and it's wet, I braid it up.
Yeah.
And then I let it dry like that, and it gives a little bit, but not what a perm would do.
Right.
I don't know if it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, man, what a whirlwind here that we had.
Yes. I mean, we've had a crazy evening. You had some tenant stuff you were dealing with, the sound stuff, just a lot going on.
Yeah, we spent the whole what was over an hour, it felt like. Maybe it was just an hour of time spent trying to fix this audio for you guys.
Yeah. And then we started recording, and
maybe
then
shouldn't have shared that. They're gonna be like, you spent a whole hour and it sounds like that still.
Even just then I tried to like temper my laugh so it doesn't come. I was like but yeah, all that to say, we're sleepy.
Yeah.
I
Glad
need
we
to eat
didn't have
dinner
trivia tonight. Yeah, I'm starving. My tummy's grumbles.
Yeah. So this is probably, I don't know how long we've been recording. It feels like maybe 7 minutes.
It does feel like it was quick, but I honestly feel like
That's okay.
can be
And
a
this
quick
is just a quick
episode.
hit. And I kind of like the idea of randomly doing like, oh, here are things I recently brought into my life and my opinion on them. So you brought back golf. We got bidets, contacts. I'll let everyone know how that goes. My Apple Watch, which we only talked about briefly, so I don't have really, I guess, more to say about it. I haven't fully delved into the features.
Yeah. Well, we also did talk about the podcast though recently about how we're going to try to start getting more guests on,
Oh,
bring the
yeah.
people what they want.
Oh, I actually wanted to say, so on the last episode, we were talking about astrology and astronomy and how you have a friend who's really into astrology. That would be very fun to have them on.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which one now.
Which friend? Do you have
Well, I mean,
multiple?
I know Melanie likes that, but like,
And didn't she want to be on the podcast?
yeah, Mel's coming on.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Mel on the pod.
That would be fun. That would be great.
Yeah, she's fun.
And she's the one you like to hug, right?
It's because she's a good hugger.
Yeah. Well, it'd be weird if you're like, I like to hug her and she's
And also
bad.
that's just our relationship. I feel
Yeah.
like is like,
yeah.
she's good.
Oh, I can see the joy in your face just thinking of hugging her. So that's
I haven't
cute.
seen her in a while, so it'd be great to get her to come out.
Yeah.
And then you can see how great those hugs are.
Well, I think
She
didn't
will
we
hug
meet
you.
her? Was she at the Greek festival?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I was like, am I thinking of the wrong person? But yeah, I really liked her.
Yeah. That'll be fun. We are going to try to do better with bringing on guests, and we're going to hold ourselves to it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can hold us to it too. And then this one's going to be short because we're going to go stuff our faces with some food.
Yeah. Oh, also real quick. Sorry, I keep wanting to end. So in the most recent episode before this one, we talked about birthdays and surprise parties.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was editing the episode, I completely forgot that for like my 25th or something, Skylar threw me an awesome surprise party. Like he surprised me and like dropped me off at a massage place, got a massage. Then we went to dinner at Belmont Butchery and it was so good. We had such a fun time. Like I still remember even saying to him, like, I'm in that like giddy and love having fun way that people feel like when they're kind of tipsy, but I hadn't drank anything. Like I was in such a good mood. And then he was like, okay, well, before we go home, let's get like a nightcap. And we went to another bar. And as soon as I walked in, there
All
were
your friends.
so many people there to surprise me. And it like thinking of it now, I'm like, it was the best.
Yeah.
And I know I spent that whole episode being like, don't surprise me. I don't like them. And I still
then
feel
you
like at
loved it.
this age, maybe not, but
if you did that same thing again, I feel like you'd
I did really like it.
I will say this has happened to me a couple times. I forget about things when we're in the moment talking on the pod.
Yeah.
So I love that you brought it back of like, I don't want this to go.
Yeah. I want to be better about that because I think of things or get comments from people. We should have a segment that's like follow up from last week's episode.
Yeah, follow up. I'm going to look up going to Lyon in France and maybe even somewhere in Switzerland. And apparently we have a listener that
can give you all the deets.
So interested in those train rides.
Yeah.
And what to do when I'm there for a day.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Have you been to Switzerland before?
No, I haven't. That's why I was like, that's
beautiful.
Cool. That would be a really cool thing to just go for a day.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-hour train ride, I think, from Paris.
Yeah, you should. And how long are you going to be there?
We're going a whole week.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be like, like relaxing. We can kind of just plan what we want, live in the moment.
And what a beautiful train ride that'll be.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a lot of even cute towns around there. So Skylar and I went to visit my friend Julia, who you're talking about. Hey, Julia. And she took us to like, because Germany's right by Switzerland, France obviously is right by Switzerland, and we went to these like really just like I love cute little European towns.
Yeah,
that like we hadn't even heard of. She took us to like the capital of the cuckoo clock, like where that was founded. So we went to this little town and got lunch, and just like all these shops had these like really intricate, awesome cuckoo clocks.
That sounds
It
like a
was
place we
very
went to in
cool.
Rottenburg.
Rottenburg?
I think it was Rotten. I don't know. Nathan planned the trip, and there was places I'd never heard of in Germany that I was like, "This is cool."
Yeah. I mean, there's places I
Nuremberg,
haven't heard
although
of
that's
in
more
Virginia.
famous,
So,
but yeah, that's fair. Anywho,
yeah. Okay. Sorry. I went off on a lot of tangents there, but thank y'all so much for listening. As always, please send in your topics, your questions, whatever is on your mind. We appreciate your support.
and share us with your friends.
Share us with your friends.
Bye.
Peace. Yeah, did you actually injure your back recently? That's my thing, okay?